All right, I'm back again. Who missed me? I hope nobody did. Are we all right? Are we okay? Is everybody awesome? Is everybody fine? Um, I hope we are good. Nobody ever said they got tired of learning. Everybody needs to learn, everybody needs to grow, and you need to understand what makes you tick. So, and my next session is on the fantastic topic titled cryptocurrency. I'm sure a lot of you have heard him or a lot of you have heard about the whole Bitcoin situation. You've heard about, you know, cryptocurrency being the new gold. Yes, so I am the host with the mostest. I can never ever have a what do you call it? I cannot have a degree in hosting. Can you guys check that phone now, please? You know, I can't have a degree in hosting. So, um, today we are going to be talking about cryptocurrency. And my amazing host is here already. You guys on point. Bolaji Oyewole, I can't wait to have you. We are here to debunk or bust all the myths around cryptocurrency and why we should even believe that cryptocurrency is the way to go. So welcome, Mr. Bolaji. Motivation for my guests on the show today. It's exciting to be here. There's been a lot of buzz about digital currencies. There's been a lot of buzz about investing in cryptocurrency and digital currency as the way of life. The whole concept and knowledge about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, has gained attention since I think 2013. So today we're going to be having the amazing, fantastic Mythbuster, the one and only Mr. Oyewole, helping us to pretty much understand what is crypto. Why should we even think about crypto? You know, when we were doing social studies, they used to ask us about legal tender. Is cryptocurrency actually a legal tender? You know, all of the questions we're going to have. But I'll give you a few seconds to kind of introduce yourself so that my people have a bit of confidence about who we're talking to today. So, Mr. Bolaji, floor is all yours.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon,
Hi.
guys. My name is Bolaji. Um, Contrary to the subject of the whole thing, I'm not exactly a crypto trader. I actually work in crypto. I have a full-time job as a community manager for Edge Network, and I also consult for like three different crypto projects. So, I think the beauty of it is that the good side is I don't have an office. The bad side is that I don't ever have downtime. Like you have to be available all day, every day, 24/7, 365. Like funny story, the day I got married, I only took my phone off, I think 30 minutes. And during the reception, I had to get my phone back. And while everybody was busy fighting until I just had my head down. And I remember during my honeymoon, my wife started crying
I want
that
to meet your wife. She's a saint.
this
I want to meet her.
this
She's a
like
saint on
this
earth.
today's her birthday actually,
Oh, she's a day
and
girl like me.
yeah, so and so the day my during the honeymoon she was crying that I'd been on my phone all the while I'd been working, and my boss asked to talk to her, and he told her that she should give me 2 months that it will be worth it, and he wasn't lying.
Oh,
I'll talk about a lot of things that it's actually very curious coming at the back of a traditional investor. I hope she's still online. It would be nice for her to,
yeah. I wish
because I'll
Nnake
be
was
talking
online
about the
too, so we
opposite
can
of the
hear.
things.
Yes, I was gonna say.
I was taking notes when she was talking because I know that I'll end up saying the opposite of what she's saying, but we are saying the same thing in
Just in
essence.
different ways.
So yeah, so crypto meets Bitcoin is a scam.
We hear that a lot.
That's the very
We hear
first
that a
one.
lot. How come
Yeah,
we
that's not true.
okay?
I think the mistake people make is that they differentiate. They or do you wait for more people to
No, go
join?
ahead. I mean, it's going to be recorded, so people would have access to continue this show
Okay, okay, cool.
because I don't want to miss any
So
of
I
this
think
information. I don't want to miss.
okay, it could be a long one. I have a few things to talk about. So I think the first thing is that people don't know the difference. I'm sorry, I might be looking away because
I have to be there
I'm still at
2:40.
work.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah. I think the first thing is that people don't know the difference between Bitcoin, cryptocurrency.
Lithium and the rest of them.
Yeah. So the blockchain is the technology that facilitates cryptocurrency.
All right.
Think of the blockchain like an Excel sheet, like a forever Excel sheet that everybody has access to,
Mm.
right? That every record that goes into that Excel sheet cannot be deleted, whether it is a mistake or it is deliberate. The key principle behind the blockchain is immutability, which means that nothing that goes on the blockchain can come out. So the blockchain is forever.
Mm.
That is one. The blockchain is continuous and requires people to manage the amount of volume that it creates. It's like a virtual Tower of Babel, but one that God is happy with. So it is not coming down.
I like that analogy.
So it means every time it's called a blockchain because it's literally a chain of data blocks. That's why they call it blockchain. It's literally it's an everlasting chain of blocks supported by millions and billions of computers worldwide. So in order to make any system has to be incentivized. And to incentivize people to contribute their computers to the blockchain, there was a currency introduced to the blockchain. And the first currency in the blockchain was Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is the father of all cryptocurrencies. Yeah. So you see how the cryptocurrency, crypto in itself has to do with the monetization of the blockchain on the back of Bitcoin. So it's the same way the entire world has the US dollar as the main means of comparison for currency. It's the same way the blockchain uses Bitcoin as its main currency. Is Bitcoin legal tender? It depends on who you're asking. If I give you an Excel document, is it worth anything if you delete it?
Mm.
So if I give you an Excel document, it is worth nothing to you. But if somebody else says, hey, I would like your Excel document, no problem, give me $2 for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I give you my Excel document for $2. Then somebody else says, oh, I like your Excel document, I want to use it, let me add something to it, I'll give you $3 for it. Then you pass it along. Then someone else says, hey, I really need this Excel sheet, I'll give you $10 for it. And then you pass it along. At some point, I can charge you an Excel
Oh,
sheet
yes.
because I know I can exchange one Excel sheet for $20 if I find somebody willing to buy. So Bitcoin is it's a currency, it's a means of exchange. Now, is it legal tender? The reason why Bitcoin is not okay, first of all, is Bitcoin money? Bitcoin is as good as money. I should know. I get paid in Bitcoin.
But you can't
Like I have a bank account.
to the market.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
It's the same way I cannot take my Excel sheet to the market. Right? I need somebody who needs dollars. I need somebody who has dollars that needs my Excel sheet. So I give my Excel sheet to somebody and the person gives me dollars for it. Then I take my dollars to the market. Now, if I go to the market and I say, hey, I like to buy this car, I would pay you in dollars. And the person says, yeah, I'll take dollars, but do you have Excel sheets? I'm like, oh, I have plenty. Take. I have real life business using Bitcoin that way. So I think it's the same as any legal tender. A means of exchange or an exchange of value is subject to having a holder and a receiver that can give you the same value for the same thing. So right now, one Bitcoin is around $9,000. One Bitcoin is around $9,000, and I remember the first time I bought Bitcoin, I bought it for $200. And I remember when I sold it for $2,000, I was feeling like a G, like I've arrived. And then it kept on going up, kept on going up, it kept on going up. And I think it's part of the going up that gave it a bad reputation, with people using it for fraudulent activities like MMM and the likes. Now, Bitcoin was not the scam in MMM, it was the means of use. Yes. So, how is crypto useful to us? So that is what crypto is not. So what is crypto in terms from a financial standpoint? The crypto industry is wide. There's the currency section, there's the technological section, there's the development section, there's the enterprise section. There is so many. I work as a consultant in blockchain. There's marketing in blockchain. I have a degree in business marketing, and I majored in business management and marketing, right? I work as a community manager for one company. I work as a consultant for another company. I work as a facilitator for another company. So at the moment, I'm holding like 4 different jobs in blockchain. That is one aspect that people don't. So you need to learn to separate blockchain, the technology, from Bitcoin, the currency. They are two different things. Then the entire space is the crypto space. And that comes from cryptography, which is the art of encryption, doing stuff in a way that you can move from one point to another without losing value and maintaining your privacy. The key thing, okay, you have shit?
Maybe I'll ask. Just finish that train of thought.
Yes.
But I mean, this is mind blowing. So my brain, I can feel my brain doing
Yeah.
this. So I just want to bring it home for me.
Yeah. So it's usually when somebody asks me, BJ, how far? Somebody said I should buy Bitcoin. I will say no, don't buy. You don't know. It's a bad thing. Just go. Because I don't have the energy to convince people. I simply can't be bothered.
So you know what?
There's a lot of
I don't
information to
need to be
learn.
convinced. I want to know how. I want to know how I can make Bitcoin a part of my life. So you know what, or cryptocurrency rather.
Yeah.
There's global economic crisis as we know it, and the
Yeah.
way you're sounding and the way you're sitting, you're very calm. It shows that life is moving smoothly, in your direction. So as a mere mortal like me, because I cannot compare myself to you, brother, how do I then make money from crypto? How do I trade? How do I have my long-term investment? You've talked about consulting. Of course, I cannot get into Bitcoin, cryptocurrency consulting at this moment because I don't even have. I mean, I can't do what you do, except maybe you take me under your tutelage. I'm a very fast learner, so I can do your thing. It's okay. But the question is that on a day-to-day basis, bearing in mind the global economic crisis, how can I take advantage of this time and begin to understand how to trade crypto?
Okay. So when it comes to crypto, you have the same way you have the same way when it comes to traditional markets, the way you have the stock
Yeah,
exchange, the way you have the mutual
platform.
funds, the way you have the money markets, everything is the same way you have all the crypto markets. So normal stock trading takes place on the stock exchange. Crypto trading takes place on crypto exchanges.
Okay.
There are a lot of them. The most popular one is Binance. Binance is the biggest crypto trading is a crypto trading
Platform.
platform in the world at the moment. And the owner of Binance started with, I think, he sold his house. He used to make software for stock markets, a high frequency trader for stock markets. So he took that experience, crypto platform. So you can do everything you would do on a normal market on a crypto market too. So I think where the confusion comes in is
Okay.
that there are so many types of cryptocurrencies. Now, cryptocurrencies are either coins or tokens. Tokens are the same way you have shares, you have tokens. So a project can wake up one morning and say, hey, we are issuing 1 million tokens at changeable Bitcoin versus other cryptos. So the first place you can make money in crypto is via trading. Crypto trading and forex trading and stock market trading are all working with the same principles. Risk appetite. You can lose value up to 100% in crypto within 2 minutes. I mean, go from $1 million to $300. But as much as you would say, wow, it's the same thing that happens with traditional stocks, right?
Actually.
It happens with traditional stocks also, but it's just that the volatility levels are different. Crypto is more volatile. Crypto reacts to everything. Crypto reacts to partnerships, it reacts to scandals, it reacts to global economic issues, and to a large extent, it also doesn't react, but it actually does react also. So where some maybe Segun Agbaje now, for example, he got arrested by police for maybe passing one way. GT shares might probably drop 1% at the very maximum. In crypto, that alone can cause a token to drop maybe say 10%. So coming back to what Topper said,
Yeah, which is what I was
it
going to
has to
ask.
do with
Sorry.
the same principles apply.
So I was gonna leverage something you said now to what Tokwe talked about. So Tokwe said something about
Yes,
having your, I mean, understanding your risk appetite. She also said something about being a
yes,
long-term investor, and she talked about understanding your
yes,
goals. You know, your financial goals before getting
yes.
into any sort of investment. So, I mean, when I look at the
Is
level of
this
volatility that is involved in crypto market versus the traditional market, I'm asking myself, is there a long term and short term option for me? I mean, is there an option for different risk appetites? You know, what percentage
yes?
of my MSI, according to what she said, can I afford to lose? And can I even divest? What are the
Okay.
options? You know, there are a lot of questions around it.
So yeah, so I think with crypto, if you're going to day trade, you need to pick what are called the high caps. The high caps are coins that have capitalization above $1 billion, hundreds of millions of dollars. So these ones move slowly, but they hold value a lot. For example, Binance as a platform, they have their own token called BNB, Binance Coin, BNB. Now BNB launched at 10 cents. BNB today is $17. And I know someone that has been holding BNB since 2017. Same thing with Chainlink. So it's the same strategy. It's the same thing if you bought Apple shares in 2010. It's about picking the projects that have a solid team. It's like the same thing with like picking traditional stocks. You look out for the team. You look out for their tech, for their codes. You look out for their roadmaps. You look out for their team. You look out for their financing. You know. So there's also what is called ICO and IEO investments in crypto. The way you have IPOs in traditional markets, where a company floats an amount of shares to the public market, Crypto projects also float tokens to the market. And if you pick the right ones, you can hold them for long. And as the project develops, the value of your tokens also develop. So that is where you would have a long-term investment for somebody who is not able to sit down with the screen every day and take babysit trades every day. It's the same thing with Forex.
Yeah.
You can decide to say, okay, yeah, we expect a country to join like Brexit now. We all knew that the UK was going to do Brexit. So if you're a long-term trader, you would have picked up something between the GBP USD pair with the mind that the GBP is going to drop, and you'd have held it since Brexit announcement. You'll be in good profit right now. It's the same thing with crypto. You can pick the things to buy. Bitcoin, you can always buy Bitcoin at any day. I always say it. You can buy Bitcoin every day, and no matter how low it goes, it will still go up. So for a long-term crypto investor, your best bet is buying Bitcoin. Buy Bitcoin, hold it. You buy Bitcoin, and again, when I say buy and hold, it's the same way you won't sell your house to go and buy GTB shares. You don't sell your house to go and buy Bitcoin. You buy it with disposable income that you can afford to lose.
Okay.
Because, yeah, it's the same investment principle applies. Only invest what you can afford to lose. It's not a get rich quick scheme. It is more of a get poor quick scheme. Yes, because if you buy Bitcoin and you are monitoring the price every day, expecting it to go up suddenly, you'll be disappointed. Then what happens is that when it drops, you'll panic and sell. And the day it goes back up, you'll find yourself struggling to buy. And when you do that, you'll find that you are buying at a higher price than what you sold previously. So you will lose money just by doing the gra-gra of you react. If you keep reacting to every piece of news, you will lose money. But tentative targets for Bitcoin over the next 5 years is around, say, 20 to 50,000 per BTC. So it's something you buy and forget. I wish I bought and forgot,
You
because
didn't
I
buy
had
and
like
forget.
10 Bitcoin in. Well, I do more of investing, so I do more of investing rather than just holding, right? I'm a cash person. Cash is king, where me I'm concerned, and which brings me to another important point.
Yeah.
With every investment, whether you're buying Bitcoin or you're buying Ethereum or you're buying Litecoin or you're buying everything, always take profits. Because the ROI in crypto is so high, people tend to get lax in that they will just keep holding that. Don't worry, it will keep going up. So you find somebody buy Bitcoin at say 2,000, it gets to 8,000, they don't sell. It gets to 10,000, they won't sell. It gets to 20K, they won't sell. They just keep holding that, it will keep going. Then the day it begins to come down, they begin to panic. Then they begin to throw more money at it. And overall, it's like a regular market. It goes up sometimes, it comes down sometimes. It's normal market movement, you know. So when you see that you're in a position of profit, you're supposed to take profit so that you're playing with house money. Playing with house money means that you have no capital tied up in an investment. So it means if you buy a token at $10, you buy 10 units at $10, meaning you spent $100. If said token gets to $20 per token, you still have 10
Yes,
tokens. But your 10 tokens are now worth $200. The first thing you do is sell 5. If you have 10, you can sell 2. Sell 2 at $20. You take back $40 in your pocket. It means the money you have in crypto is now $60.
$60.
But $60 worth 160, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your remaining 8 times 20 are worth 160.
160.
But your capital in that 160 is $60. You have a profit of $100. Then,
$100.
if at some point the token gets to $30 per token, then you sell 2 because you're selling 2 at 3 times the price you bought the first time, which means you have removed every penny that you have in that investment.
Mm-hmm.
Then at that point, you are playing with house money. It's the same thing with the reason why this is an easy thing to do with crypto is because the ROI is very high. And I don't mean to brag. I have a friend that he has done 30%, I think my all-time best investment was about 700% over like a 45-day period. Now, that same thing that makes me money will lose people money because when it gets to the peak, they will not sell. And it's not unique to crypto. A lot of people did not sell when GTB stocks were all-time high. When Transcore was mooning, nobody sold. When Mobile, Forte, Japol, all these silly stocks were doing silly numbers, people did not. I had an uncle that bought like 300K stocks and had like 30 million at some point. When he finally sold, he sold at about 400K. It's human greed.
Yes. So there's a certain
Which brings me
have when it comes to investing as well.
Yes, if you cannot invest ordinary fixed deposit and you're the type that likes to compounding is fantastic. But when you have skin in the game, you can't sleep well at night.
True.
It's the same thing with whether you're buying a Greek stock, whether you're investing in a Greek farm, or you're buying dollar to keep in your bank account, or you are buying GT shares, or you're buying Bitcoin. As long as your money is tied up, you cannot sleep well at night. And that gives you emotions. Emotions mean you're like you will sell low. When you sell low, you lose money. Because when you buy back higher than where you sold.
Higher than what exactly?
So your risk, or if you know you have a very aggressive risk appetite, you can try day trading. You can join platforms like Buy, OKX. You deposit Naira, they will give you dollars. And then you can trade every day. You can take positions on market movements, reactions. You can buy, sell, and make money from that. If you would rather not do that daily stress, you can averaging. Dollar cost averaging means not buying everything you want to buy at. It means if you plan to invest $1,000 in a particular stock, dollars at $1 goes higher, buy another $100 that has dumped to maybe
So instead of spending
like 40 cents.
you need to have
Buy another $100. Yes, cents. It's the same thing with Bitcoin. You can buy $100 of Bitcoin every month, and at the end of the year, I can bet you will be ahead because your high purchases will average out your low purchases. And this thing applies in normal life.
In the traditional markets as well.
So so the same principle that governs traditional markets govern crypto markets, but with more discipline required because of the level of ROI. Femi knows that I will never do a mutual fund because I believe that anything less than 50% of us is a waste of my money. And it's not my fault. It's because of what I've gotten used to.
Exposed to.
But what I don't say in that sentence is that I will not blink twice to lose 20% on an investment because I know exactly what I signed up for, which is why I would never use money that I will never say, oh, I need 1 million tomorrow. I have 1 million somewhere. Let me buy Bitcoin and wait till it gets to 2 million. That is just madness. It's the same way you can't go to the stock market and buy GTP shares and say, oh, I want to pay house rent in June, so I'll buy GT stocks in January. Then when it gets to June, I will sell it and make money. That is, so people treat crypto like this high liquidity market where you just go and grab your share. It takes more than it gives because people don't
understand the science. As
Sorry?
soon as Kalo, people need to understand the science behind the market.
Exactly. People need to understand that it's not gambling. It takes a toll on a human being to trade Bitcoin because you are stock markets open by 8, close by 4. The Bitcoin markets don't close. It's 247, 365. So if you are gambling with your money and you drop your stocks and you drop your money inside and you're not careful, you will spend every hour of the day to the screen watching things drop by $1 and rise by $2. So the same discipline applied to your savings. If you're going to the same discipline,
applies.
Always invest what you can afford to lose.
House money.
And always play with house money.
I learned that very much.
I always play with house money. House money is anything you do, always play with house money. Even if it is Bet Naija, always play with house money. The moment you deposit 5K, the moment you get to 10K, remove 5K. It will not kill you.
I like that.
Any investment you're playing with house money, you are less emotionally tied. And the less emotionally tied you are, the easier it is for you to think. It means that when you're in a loss, you can actually look at the market and know that it's a temporary loss. It also means that when you see that the market is in a downturn, you have the courage to pull out your investment.
Okay, fantastic.
This is not as it hot, it's as it burn.
Okay, we are about to round off the session now.
House money is, so I saw a question now. House money is
it's like your Vex money.
Yeah. So so house money in any investment, house money is your Vex money. House money is when you have invested and you have removed part of the money you put inside, so that whatever is left is a mix of profits and your capital. So you play with house money when you no longer have capital in an investment. So this typically means when your ROI is above 50% plus. So you invest with house money you can afford to lose. It does not mean you will lose the money. It just means that when that's your house money grows its own house money, also know when to take back the other house money too. So if I get paid 100K and I spend 80, I save 10K, I have 10K left. I can buy 10K of Bitcoin in it on Binance. If Bitcoin goes to double what I bought it for, I withdraw 10K. I still have 10K in Bitcoin. I still have 10K in my bank, and I have 10K of my house money back. So the 10K left in Binance is my house money. Then the 10K that I had before, that was my former house money, is now my savings that I can put elsewhere. So that's what I will say. So just to round up, crypto is not it's not a quick get rich quick scheme. It's more of a If you want to get into crypto,
No, it's not
at the
MMM.
very minimum, you need about 20 days of intensive research, YouTube, videos, some good places on Twitter. You need to learn risk management, very important. You need to decide whether you're doing, if you know you have, a weak mind, do not day trade. You will lose all your money. Is a guarantee. Do not day trade if you don't have a lose. If you have a long-term investment goals, look into IEOs, and tokens you can buy and hold. If you want to make quick money like a daily something, you need to have a wheel of iron. Serious platform, serious patterns and systems that take years to develop. So take your time, know what you're getting into, and as I always say, invest what you can afford to lose. So that's
All
pretty
right.
much
Thank
that
you very
questions
much.
I'll take
I tried to think about
for a few
it fast.
minutes.
So one thing I want to ask before you go, two questions I want to ask before we round off. One is, what is the biggest money lesson that this
Yeah.
particular economic crisis has taught you? And a lot of, I can see a lot of people just thinking and asking themselves what next. The question will be that is there any way that you can introduce us into Binance or some of the other easy tokens and high caps that we can get into? I mean, on a later date if you can't do it now. But my first question would be, what is the biggest money lesson you've learned this period,
Okay.
and how can
So
people get started?
the biggest money lesson I learned during this lockdown is that cash is king. Not investment point of view, not real estate, not everything. Cash is king. That's one. Two, it pays to have a 9 to 5 or one guaranteed income stream. So if you're a business, your your income streams, value streams, where you have high time, this is the time to find something that will give you guaranteed money every month.
I don't think
Because
I heard
when
that. Please,
all
can
is
you
said
take it
and
again?
done, you need to. Okay, yeah, I said the first big money lesson I learned in this lockdown period is cash is
Cash is
king.
king. Mm-hmm.
If you had invested in stocks, you would have lost money. If you had invested in crypto, you would have lost money. There's no way you would have invested and you won't have lost money because I'm friends with guys in wealth management for the top banks in Nigeria, and they were all crying
Right.
as early as March, and they are still weeping. So the cash you have is what will take you through a pandemic because we don't know when, and I think people should stop saying things like getting back to normal. We will never get back to normal.
No,
The earlier you accept it, the better it is for you.
absolutely.
There is no more normal. You travel now, you will spend 2 weeks in quarantine and get tagged like a criminal.
Yes.
Yeah. Second lesson is it is important to have a semi-guaranteed income stream. I know they say to get wealthy, you need 7 income streams, but there's a reason why they call them streams. Streams dry up. You need to have one non-flowing river.
A reserve.
You need to have a lake or somewhere you can always go to and collect 5K in a month. So you know that no matter what, you have access to a minimum amount of. That's two. Three, when others are fearful, be brave. This is the time where the most silly things. You need to find a need. You need to find something that works for you. You need to find something that works for you and make money from it. That is one. You need to turn your business around and make it make money for you. If you're a tailor, there's no more Wambe. There's no more 16 groomsmen. No more 17 bridesmaids. At best, you are sewing suit and tie for husband and wife. So you need to find ways to, if you're a tailor or you're a fashionista, you need to start looking for ways to sell stuff like shorts, houseware. We're at the time where a lot of shops will start making houseware now. Welders, there's construction has dropped seriously. So if you sell construction equipment, you probably transit into home maintenance equipment. Be flexible. Then I think the last money lesson I learned this period is one that I won't say I learned, but is one I will say that I relent. You are only as healthy as what your money can buy you. It is very important. The world of today requires minimal mobility. So you are either paying for dispatch to bring things to you to avoid going to the market. This is not the time to be stingy about delivery fee. How much is boss? 20 naira. I will go there by myself. This is not the time. This is the time to spend money to stay alive, which means that people that are smart are actually increasing their logistics companies. Logistic companies are getting bigger because everybody now needs to pay for deliveries. That is one. Two, even public transit has increased in price because there has to be social distancing involved. Where you can spend money to make yourself safer, please do not hesitate. It's one of the biggest lessons I learned, and I'm lucky I am staying at home, so I can go 3 months without leaving my house. But I know that if I want something delivered from Singapore, I will get it to my house within 3 weeks. It is cheaper than flying there. Worst case scenario, I will post a job online. Please, leg waka needed. Somebody will come and offer. You pay them $20, they will go where you need, get the thing, take it to a courier service, and have it shipped for you. So I know it's difficult. So it's either you're spending money to stay healthy, or you are finding creative ways to stay healthy, meaning that reduce your waka, reduce the amount of places you go, try and centralize your purchases and stuff like that. And the last one, the very last, opportunities. If you can buy, look out for opportunities to put in spare change. Even if it is 1 stock, 2 stocks, 3 stocks, crypto, anything. But try and find that spare 5K a month. There are a lot of platforms you can use to buy stocks that you can just buy now. Airline stocks, cruise line stocks, hotel stocks. They are all close to all time. Now, the bottom came in March when the US locked down the country essentially and everybody lost a ton of money, but they will go back up. Disney shares dropped like 20%, but the moment Disneyland in China opened, it went up like 6%. The moment airlines begin to travel, and I got 2 mails yesterday. I got one from Air Canada saying, get ready to start flying again. Then Emirates sent another mail like an hour later, say, oh, now that we are getting back to normal. Yeah, you see, they've started advertising. So the more they know that sometime in June, life will begin to go back to normal. So where you can find, I will send a few links of places you can invest in stocks, crypto for small. There's an app I use now. There's an app I use now called Quant Fury. It lets me buy US stocks, crypto, everything in one place. Everything in one place and leave it there and just go away and come back to it later. So it's one of the things that people need to take advantage of in this period so that you are not caught unawares because things will never be normal anymore. So you don't do the normal things you do. Take risks.
All right.
Yeah.
Take risks. Thank you so much. This has been a very insightful session. In fact, I'm going to dust my CV now so I can send it to you any work of that we take, just to be able to learn things and also living in this niche. I've learned quite a number of things. You've talked about cash being king. You've talked about buying and cryptocurrency. You've talked about the ethics that are related between the traditional market and the cryptocurrency market. You've demystified, some of the thoughts and ideas that a lot of us had around it. We've learned about big caps, high caps rather. We've learned about the risk appetite. We've learned about house money and vex money and the rest of them. So we're very thankful for this time, BJ. We don't take this time for granted at all. Some
You're
of
very
us are
welcome.
still in like, wow, in limbo. But we hope that you come back again sometime and you bless us with this amazing amount of knowledge that you have given to us today. It was such a pleasure being here with you. God bless her where she is
So
now.
yeah.
All right. So
All
thank you
right.
very
Thank you
much
very
again.
much. Have a
We
wonderful day,
hope
guys.
when you can, please drop the
Yeah.
links like you mentioned in the session below.
Yeah,
Precious,
I
you can
will.
finish writing down
I'll
our
just
names.
compile
Okay.
all the information.
All
I'll
right. Thank you,
just do
Femi,
like a
again for this
quick
time. Thank you,
notes
BJ,
of
for this
everything I
time as
said, and
well.
I'll send it to
I
Femi to
all of you
share.
that are here, Adela here, Omosi, Ifoma, you're supposed to be here, Rhoda, Nena, all of you that joined us. Thank you very much for being great. See you again on the other side. Ciao, ciao, and so long, farewell. I'll be the same.